Today, we're diving into a tech revolution that's being called the next Y2K. But this time, it's not some simple bug in the code. We're talking about something that could crack the very foundation of trust on the internet. This is all about quantum supremacy.
You probably remember the whole Y2K panic, right? A coding glitch that everyone was afraid would crash the world's computers. Well, this is so much bigger. We're not talking about a bug that needs a patch. We're talking about a whole new kind of computing that can make the very idea of a digital secret totally obsolete. Let's bring this home for a second. Imagine waking up one morning, checking your accounts, and your crypto wallet is just empty. Every digital asset you own, just gone. Drained in an instant, because the lock that was supposed to protect it was suddenly useless. And it goes way deeper than money. Think about your most private messages, your medical files, your bank statements, all the things that make up your digital life. Imagine all of it laid bare, readable by anyone with the right kind of key. That's what's at stake here. So, what is this new kind of power that could potentially unlock everything? Let's break down what quantum supremacy actually means in plain English. Okay, so your phone, your laptop, even the world's biggest supercomputers, they all work in a line. To crack a password, they try one combination, then the next, and the next. It's like trying to solve a maze by walking down one path at a time. A quantum computer, though, it gets to explore every possible path in that maze at the exact same time. It's not just a faster computer, it's a completely different way of solving problems. And that difference leads us to this. Quantum supremacy isn't just about being a little faster. It's a very specific milestone. It's that moment when a quantum machine does something that our best supercomputers would take, thousands or even millions of years to figure out. It's a completely different league. And this isn't just theory anymore. Back in 2019, Google announced they'd actually hit this milestone. Their quantum processor, Sycamore, solved a specific problem in 200 seconds. The most powerful supercomputer in the world at the time would have needed about 10,000 years to do the same task. That's the mind-blowing leap in power we're talking about. So we've established this incredible new power exists. But how does that connect to your bank app or your private messages? Let's look at exactly how this new quantum key fits into the locks that protect our entire digital world. Right now, the security of the whole internet is built on a pretty simple math puzzle. It's really easy to take two giant, secret, prime numbers and multiply them together to get one massive public number. That's the lock. The security comes from the fact that it's practically impossible for a normal computer to look at that massive public number and work backwards to find the two secret primes you started with. That one-way street is what keeps everything safe. Here's the problem, though. Quantum computers don't have to play by the same rules. They don't have to guess and check one at a time. They basically have a mathematical shortcut, a way to see right through the complexity of that puzzle. And that shortcut has a name. It's called Shor's algorithm. It's a set of instructions designed way back in 1994 specifically for a quantum computer. And it absolutely shatters that impossible math puzzle. A problem that would take a normal computer thousands of years becomes something that could be solved in just a matter of hours. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. This all sounds like it's still a few years away. Why the big rush today? And that is the most critical question in all of this. The answer, honestly, is pretty chilling. Because the threat has already started. Right now, intelligence agencies, hackers, you name it, they're operating on a simple idea. Harvest now, decrypt later. They are quietly copying and storing massive amounts of encrypted data. Government secrets, financial data, your private messages. They can't read any of it today. But they're betting that in 5, maybe 10 years, they'll have a quantum computer that can unlock it like an open book. And that's why the Y2K comparison is so perfect. This isn't about an instant apocalypse tomorrow. It's about a known deadline on the horizon. It's a ticking clock that means we have to start upgrading everything now, before it's too late. So let's look at this timeline, the path to what's being called QDay. We had Y2K back in '99, which forced that huge global upgrade. Fast forward to today, 2024, and the first official quantum-proof standards are being rolled out. Experts think that sometime between 2025 and 2030, the first machines capable of breaking our encryption could appear. That puts QDay, the point where this is a very real, credible threat, around 2034. The countdown is on. All right, so the problem is huge. I get it. But here is the really good news. The race to build the next generation of digital locks started years ago, and smart people all over the world are already on it. The solution is called post-quantum cryptography, or PQC, And these are not just slightly stronger versions of the old locks. These are completely new types of math puzzles, built from the ground up to be tough for both regular computers and quantum computers to solve. And this isn't just an idea on a whiteboard. These are real. The U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST, has already approved the first batch of these new algorithms. You'll start hearing names like Kyber and Dilithium. They might sound like something out of science fiction, but they are the new digital vaults that will protect our future.
So we have the problem and we have the solution. The final and most critical piece of the puzzle is actually getting it done. So what happens next? How do we get to a quantum-safe future?
So where are we right now? This chart gives you a pretty good idea. Progress is definitely being made. About 60% of major companies have started the process of upgrading. But that means 40% haven't even started yet. The race is on, for sure, but not everyone is running at the same speed.
So what does this all mean for you? Well, the most important thing you can do is actually really simple. Just keep your stuff updated. Your apps, your browser, your phone. Companies are already rolling these new protections out. When you hit update, you're installing them. You can also use apps that are ahead of the curve, but really, the best thing is just to be aware that this big change is happening behind the scenes.
And that brings us right back to where we started. Y2K wasn't a catastrophe because the world saw it coming, and everyone worked together to prepare. The quantum threat is way more complex, but the idea is exactly the same. The warning is out there. The only question left is, will we be ready in time?